Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Mac Music Review. Got my hands on the wheel. Before we hop into the review, just want to say there's going to be some stuff down in the description if you're interested in how the channel works and you want to see what I'm reviewing next. If you want me to review a specific album, you want to know how that works, you can go check out the description for this video. Today we're going to be looking at the album Torches by Foster the People, and it looks like this, like this, like this, like this. Torches is the debut album for the alternative rock band Foster the People, and it was made quite a splash for the band. It was a very big album for them because it contained the super mega hit single Pumped Up Kicks. It was declared one of the biggest songs of the summer. The music video has like almost 400 million views. The song was a super duper big deal, and the topic of the song was very controversial, and it was actually taken off of MTV because the song is sung from the perspective of a school shooter. And it sounds really irreverent and really, like, why would you do this, is the vibe the song gives, at least to me listening to it now. It's very surprising, kind of shocking, the lyrical content of the song. But this album has 10 songs on it. 10 songs. So it's a good sized debut, not super duper long. Most of the music on Torches is very upbeat and danceable and really high energy, and also very organic, and there's a lot going on. A word that you would not use to describe this album's music is simple. The music is really complex and multi-layered. They have a whole bunch of different weird sound effects that they play and that all kind of meshes together. And a lot of times they just do lots of things on top of each other. And there's a lot of, it would sound hectic, but it's all pieced together in a very smooth way where it does flow very well. But it's a lot of different sound effects. It's a lot of different elements thrown in together for each song, where each song is almost overstuffed with musical elements. Some songs in this album have a kind of a dark sound and tone. I'm talking about Helena Beat, especially with the lyrics and the music. Pumped Up Kicks has this dark lyrics and kind of a dark way of singing. During the verse, the music is really kind of sparse and a little bit scary sounding, a little bit spooky. Life on the Nickel sort of has a dark kind of beat, but then you have some other songs in this album which are very upbeat and energetic. I'm talking about Call It What You Want, Don't Stop, Color on the Walls, Houdini, and then some other songs in this album. The other songs in this album are very slow. A lot of the slow ones are kind of love songs. They're kind of, try to have some heart to them. These songs would be Waste, I Would Do Anything For You, Miss You, and Warrant. All of these songs have kind of slow music that just kind of to propel some more love-centered lyrics, some lyrics that try to convey a little bit of heart. Speaking of lyrics, like I said, there is some dark lyrical content on this record. Helena Beat is about Mark Foster's personal, problem with drug addiction. Or, I think it's drug addiction. It's a dark sounding song with kind of a dark, even though a very strange music video, but undeniably kind of something dark going on in the music video. And there's something definitely dark and a little bit sinister going on in the lyrics of this song. Pumped Up Kicks, told from the perspective of a school shooter trying to shoot people, with the chorus being, "You better outrun my gun, you better outrun my bullets." I mean, that's pretty intense lyrical content. Don't Stop, Color on the Walls is kind of sung from the perspective of a child. It's a bit of a creative song where it's this child who wants to rule the world. He wants everything, and he's telling me, don't give me everything I want. Don't tell me no. Just let me do whatever I want. Waste is a love song. I Would Do Anything For You is a love song. Miss You is a love song. Warrant is kind of a love song. Houdini and Life on the Nickel have kind of cryptic lyrics. They're not, the main topic and theme of those songs is not super clear. What the songs are really trying to communicate, it's not super clear. I think Torches, the debut album for Foster the People, is a really, really good album, and I'm going to try to break down why. This is a very original debut album. It's a very original, creative album. The production is super duper creative. Just the amount of, like I said, they mix together tons of different sound effects and a lot of just weird sounding stuff, and where it makes almost every single song in this album instantly recognizable because it's so interesting and unique what they're doing with this music. And it's amazing how successful the music on this album is, how much, just how well the music works, how cool some of these songs sound. Helena Beat is such a dope song. Like, the music is so effective, the darkness works really well, it gets really epic, it really builds, and the climax is just fantastic. Pumped Up Kicks is a really cool sounding song. It does get a little bit annoying with repeat listens, it does eventually grow old, but it does sound good. Call It What You Want is a jam. It's just a fun, cool sounding song. Don't Stop Color on the Walls is the worst song on the album. It's kind of annoying. The music is kind of... It doesn't sound terrible, but it eventually does get kind of annoying. Waste is... The slow music on this album really does work very well for the most part, but I would say the album is more successful when it's trying to be really energetic and crazy, because they almost always hit the mark. Houdini is a totally awesome song. Just fantastic climax. The bridge is so epic, and the song just builds up in energy and intensity. The chorus is already so epic. It's just a song that gets more and more awesome, and it's just fantastic. Life on the Nickel is super cool sounding. It is kind of a darker beat, kind of like Helena Beat, and it's not as good as Helena Beat, but it's still super cool and just really, really cool and original sounding. And that can be said of basically the whole album. Very original. This is a very good album musically. Very original, interesting, and just sounds really good. Lyrically, the album is pretty solid. These lyrics, more than anything, are pretty original. Most of these songs have pretty interesting, original lyrics, and that makes it stand out. I would say that, and also I need to mention the vocals. The vocals are also very interesting and original. The way Mark Foster sings, I'm aware that some people don't like the way he sings, and I totally understand, because a lot of the time, it's really hard to tell what he's saying. I listen to this album on repeat. I listen to this album over and over again. This is an album from my childhood. I'm 18 now, but in middle school, I listened to this album, and I loved it, and I listened to it over and over again. And it wasn't until I got the CD with the lyrics booklet that I understood some of the things he's saying. Because the way he sings is really, a lot of times it's really unclear what he's actually saying. He kind of blurs his words together, kind of slurs his words together in a weird way, or just says them in a really weird way that makes it kind of hard to understand. But I think that adds to the album, that adds to the original, that adds to Foster the People's unique original charm. It adds to what makes them them. An original singer, original music, and some interesting lyrics, some really interesting, just interesting lyrics. This is a good album. Despite having only 10 songs, this album never really gets old. It still sounds great to this day. It's still a ton of fun. I really like listening to this album. It's just some of the coolest songs, man. Houdini, Pumped Up Kicks, Call It What You Want. All the really upbeat songs are really cool. And then Warrant is a super good slow love song. Super good. With good lyrics as well. And then I Would Do Anything For You. The love songs on this are sort of the low point on the album. And then the only song on this thing, the only song that is not great is Don't Stop. Because it gets kind of annoying. The music is kind of aggravating, gets annoying over time. But besides that, bunch of great songs, some really, really, really good songs. A few of these songs are really great. I'm gonna give this debut album a 4.25 out of 5. What do you think of this album? Is it good? Is it bad? I personally like it a lot. I don't know if you noticed, but with the album cover, the guy in the middle, the guy with the torch head, that's my album. That's my YouTube icon. I might change it eventually if I get more popular, or when I get more popular, to make something that's really me, like some image of me, some fan art of me, some drawing I do of myself, or some if I come up with a logo, it'll probably just be like the logo. But I think it's cool right now is what it is. I absolutely love the album artwork for Torches. That's one of my favorite things about it, actually, is the album artwork. I want to own this on vinyl. I think it'd be a really cool thing to own on vinyl, because I want to have that big album artwork. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, as always.